Alex Jones channel on YouTube, the top video that's now up on Infowars.com. And I watched it about 5 times, and I called you early this morning when you were at the bank, and I appreciate you getting in early and getting everybody to get it up on the site. But I watched it over and over and over again, at least 5, 6 times, pausing it to get exactly what happened. And I want to contact the people. I want Rob Do, the producer, and others.
He's on it already, actually.
Good, he's already on it. To contact that YouTube channel. I know it's also on the local news there in Oklahoma, so call that local news channel. They're usually very helpful. I want to get a hold of this man whose mother had a heart attack and was going to the hospital. And so that local news was saying, but I've watched the video over and over again, and all this is they pull the ambulance over. And I know all over the country they've got new rules where if it isn't life-threatening, the ambulance doesn't turn its lights on, it doesn't speed. I know that because when I cut my finger off, I wanted to just drive to the, to the hospital, and my buddy said, no, you got to call an ambulance because we were out on a boat when that happened. So it took us 20 minutes to get back to dock a few years ago. When I got there, I was getting in my car saying, forget it, the ambulance isn't here yet, and the ambulance pulled in, and they said, no, you called us, come with us. And they strapped me in a chair sitting upright through those windy Lake Travis roads. Took them 45 minutes to get to the downtown hospital, literally driving like 35 miles an hour on roads you're supposed to drive 55, 60 on. And I never get car sick, but I actually got car sick, I guess because my finger was cut off, so it made me nauseated. And they said, yeah, we can't speed unless it's life-threatening, and your finger dangling by a piece of skin isn't life-threatening, so we're not going to drive even the speed limit. So I'm guessing watching this and slowing it down and listening to the cops, this lady is going to the hospital. She's in serious condition. They don't like the fact that the ambulance is speeding. And so the cops rush up, get in the face of the white paramedic, who's the head paramedic, and because that's the driver, and they start yelling at him, and you can tell he's getting an argument with them, but he goes ahead and submits, and the cops are all bowed up, wanting to beat the hell out of somebody, and they've got these shaved heads, look like they're roided up, just all like they were charging up San Juan Hill or Iwo Jima. I mean, they were fighting Al-Qaeda. They were going into a machine gun nest, killer instinct on. That's why you don't militarize the police. The military goes and kills people and breaks things. They don't. I mean, think of the archetypal image of Matt Dillon as the sheriff, or John Wayne playing the part of sheriffs. And I've read a lot about real history. That's what a good sheriff actually did do, is they were in control. They didn't crack heads unless they had to. That's what a real man is like, not these cops that want to split your head open. And I don't want to bash cops here. I know a lot of them are listeners. I know a lot of military are good. The issue is they have gotten on a power trip and are literally under mind control, under a spirit of wickedness and aggression. So you've got and you're going to play the video coming up next hour for folks on Prison Planet TV when you go live, and you're going to play the audio as soon as I leave. I'm going to tell folks about Lou Rockwell and other people that are coming up. But the important issue here is when you watch this video and watch it and pause it and analyze it, because then it's even worse than what it first comes off as. People spin it and say, oh, give the cops time to tell their side of the story. We know what happened. It's video from a camera phone, which are becoming higher and higher quality, big problems for the establishment. And the cops pull over the ambulance. The cop stays in his car till more cops show up. The man gets out who'd been following the ambulance, and he says, they pulled my mother over in this ambulance. The police come over. They get in the face of the EMT. The EMT, the driver, says, what is the deal here? Because I've turned the audio, jacked it all the way up and listened. He says, what's going on? This lady's in bad condition. And the cop bows up, because they can never be wrong. He bows up in an attack formation, with his fists together, going, you got it, buddy, you understand, like a drill sergeant. And the guy goes ahead and puts his hand down. By the way, the EMT looks like a lot more of a man than this cop. He kind of puts his head down in submission and just can't believe the evil he's witnessing. So the black EMT, he starts getting out to go back and help the lady. He's going and getting his supplies as he tries to save her life right there on the spot. And the cop runs up. The other cops run up with their Marine Corps drill sergeant hats on. and literally starts screaming, "Get back in the vehicle!" And the guy calmly, big black guy, looks like 10 times the man this wannabe tough guy state police officer is, drops his shoulders and says, "I can't believe this. This woman's in serious condition. I'm doing my job." And the cop yells at him and gets in his face. So being a man, the black EMT starts pointing his finger going, "What's your problem? This lady needs help. I'm doing my job." And the cop grabs him, starts twisting his arm around. Being a man with red blood who isn't a slave, he pushes back, pushes the assaulters, the crazy roid head probably. He looks like it. He's got fat on the neck. He's got the signs of it around him. He's got that puffy manhood, that fake manhood. Plus he's scared of the two big EMTs. These cops always get scared of big guys. I noticed in tape after tape, they always just go ahead and attack dog. It's kind of like running forward or flight forward is what they do. I mean, if the guy looks like he's got any cojones, any energy, any manhood, the police go into convulsions of anger at seeing a man. They just hate it. They hate America. They hate freedom. They hate liberty. I mean, this is the spirit that's on them. I don't know if they consciously are like this, but the spirit that's on them is every time they see somebody doing good, it seems to flip them out, this particular type. And I'm not kidding. Watch the video. It's like demonic spirits are in these cops. And so they start choking the black guy, and he's smart. You can tell he can obviously take them all on right there because he's the guy under attack, and somebody on the right's always got the strength. But he goes ahead and lets them choke him, and they keep choking him, getting off on it. And you can tell the black guy just totally controls himself and goes into a relaxed position as they're choking him, getting off on it. And you see one of the senior cops who's choking him start realizing he's embarrassed. You see it come over, you see his skin turn red. He's flushed with embarrassment as he's sitting there choking this poor EMT. And then they say, "Okay, you can go to the hospital." And the cops start apologizing and patting people on the shoulders, and they leave. But that's what I'm saying. An evil spirit. I mean, even if you don't believe in spirituality, I mean, it's a mindset. It's an idea. It comes over these cops like mad dogs that, like when the neighborhood dog sees your cat and starts chasing it, wanting to kill it, getting into a frothing mood. They've got these guys so hyped up. And these guys are all former military, probably in Iraq. After kicking down thousands of doors in Iraq, all juiced up, all out there on the streets like we're the enemy, that now and I've seen a bunch of footage of them going after EMTs or people speeding at maybe even 80 miles an hour with a pregnant wife. They pull them over and beat them up and taser them and won't let them get to the hospital and make them have the kid there. It's all about them making us submit. It's all about them dominating us. It's all about them making us put up with asinine, ridiculous, over-the-top things. And it's getting worse and worse, and these videos are coming out. I mean, it's just like the footage I have in martial law where they're breaking pro-lifers' arms for sitting on the sidewalk and laughing. And when they break their arms with nunchucks by twisting them, they then pull out billy clubs to beat them like they get off on the fact that they've broken their arm and that they didn't resist. And it's the same thing I saw when they shot that poor black man in the back on the train on the subway station in Oakland. And they lied and confiscated all the cameras from people and lied and said that the train station cameras didn't work. But somebody in a train across shot video of it, and then the train got away before they could grab him. And after they shoot him in the back in handcuffs, they lied and said he resisted. They lied and said he'd fought him. Didn't fight him. Whole thing on tape. After they shoot him in the back, it bounces back off the concrete, back into his heart and lungs. As he's done, the cop beats him up, slamming him into the ground. It's not enough that he murdered him. As he died, he had to sap the demonic force of pain. It was a human sacrifice, and these police don't know they're literally becoming demon-possessed. And again, I believe that's what's happening. Even if you don't, it's the psychology of just a bloodlust. And look, there's no way you can say you killed him. He didn't do anything, you murdered him. But that wasn't enough. Then they had to cover it up. They had to lie. And we finally get the footage. The cop beats him up because it's not enough that he murdered him. He had to extract the pain like a Satanist as they slowly kill a baby over hours. I don't want to go into how they sacrifice babies, folks, but it's unbelievable. And this is literally the spirit that is upon America. The bureaucrats want your land. They want your property. Nancy Pelosi, top headline on Drudge, openly said we're going to categorize every movement of our citizens, track everything they do. Just like the European Union is saying, quote, we'll all have ration cards. Total tyranny is here with total wicked communist-type control freaks working for big banks, turning paramilitary, roid-head devil dogs loose on humanity. Hell is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. I see these type of videos every day, but this one, where the EMTs are even going along with the lunacy, and it isn't enough. They want to stop the EMT from even giving this woman a medical care. They say, fine, you're going to make us stop her on the road with her heart attack. We're going to just go ahead and try to save her life here on the road. And the cop says, no, you will submit to me, because it was religious. See, that's why it was such a target. The power trip loved stopping an ambulance, something that's taboo. They loved saying you won't give that woman care. It was about, I am God. You will follow my orders, or I will up the threat continuum on you. But at the last minute, the police, their souls, their humanity turns back on.
All right, we'll be back after this. It's the Alex Jones Show.